Hi guys, welcome to Trading in Zones. Continuing the series on daily watch lists to look at the set of stocks which are there on my watch list for tomorrow is something which I want to talk about every day. I'm trying my level best to make these videos and have them available for all of you tomorrow morning or by morning. It's almost 2 a.m. now, so technically it's going to be valid for today itself by around 9 o'clock when the market opens, so that you know what I am looking at and you can have those stock lists with you as well. Yesterday was a great day. I gave an idea expecting it to come close to 39, and it made a fall and it made a low of 39.35. So that's pretty close, because I did say that it might come close to 39 given that it was very bearish. PFC, I was expecting it to fall given that it was slightly bearish, but it moved up. It did not break 98. 98 was a level which I was expecting it to break, but it did make a high close to 103 and then came down around to 101. So it was still a good short if someone caught it at the top. All right. And then the next one was CAPF, and I very clearly mentioned that CAPF was in a buy range between 530 to 520. So if anyone got into CAPF between this range, which with a stop loss below 520, he or she would have got very close to 549, because 549, 550 was something which I expected it to move. It made 549 plus, very close to 550. So that was one of the stocks. And then IDFC and IDFC Bank, I probably expected a lot more in terms of its movement. But, I did mention that IDFC was right at the support. And, if it holds that particular level, which was as of Friday closing, it's going to move up. And it did move up close to about a rupee and 25 paisa, which is very significant given that it's a 40 rupee stock. Similarly, IDFC Bank, I did say that because it had moved significantly up, if we are able to get it in a range between 38 to 37, it's gonna move up again. I was expecting it to probably make a high of around 41, 42 or something like that, but from 38, 37, it did make a move up till 40, which is again very significant. On the other hand, I also did mention that Mother Sumi needs to hold 153, 152 level. If it holds, then an up move can happen till 158. It did hold that level. It created a low of 151 change, but immediately got pushed up. That's the demand level which we had identified looking at the chart on Mother Sumi. So exactly, it made a low of around 153, 152, and then it shot up and it did make a high of 158 plus, which was exactly the level which we had notified. So we can very clearly see that the daily levels are coming into play. So set of stocks to watch tomorrow. I did see significant movement happening on IT stocks the second half. So you can continue to keep a watch on all the IT stocks, which could be TechM or NIT Tech or HCL Tech, and all these IT stocks you can keep on your list to watch them tomorrow and take entries. And also you can continue to watch some of the PSU banks where government is injecting some funds, and all this news is available on our Discord channel as well. If you're watching, you can join us on the Discord channel and we can have a conversation. So there is news on PSU banks, the next set of capital being injected. So most of the PSU banks also did give a very good rally between around 1 to 3 kind of range. You can see a Canara Bank, SBIN, most of these bank, like Allahabad Bank, and some of these banks which are PSU banks where the funding is earmarked by the government of India, they are injecting huge amount of capital. So these banks are making some significant movement in terms of their stock price because of the capital infusion. All right, so you can see some of these stocks may move based on the changes which they have happened. For example, I just have HCL Tech right over here, which is in front of you. So you can see HCL Tech, and HCL Tech, you can see very significant bullish candle movement, and it is closed. So this is something you can continue to watch. There is a very good probability that if it crosses the rejection, or even if it takes support at around 990, if it holds 990 approximately, then there is a possibility that it can probably make a new high, breaking the previous resistance at 1004. You can see it making a new high almost till around 1020 if it holds around 990. I'm just giving you a fair idea, but this is not part of my watch list, but because the stock was right open here, I'm just giving you a fair idea. So for tomorrow, in terms of looking at stocks, I have a set of stocks which are bullish and bearish, as usual, like how we saw it yesterday. So I will probably pick, say about four stocks which are bullish and say two to three stocks which are bearish because my watch list is pretty lengthy. I can't go through all the 50, 60 stocks which I review every day and give out the levels, but at least these are high probable trades given that they have very high volumes which were seen today during the market hours, and some of these calls were also given in our group for trading, and they made significant movement. So you can continue to watch these stocks tomorrow as well. Okay, right. Let's go ahead. So the first one on the bullish stock list is Adani Power on my list. Right. So Adani Power. Let me pull the chart up. I am pulling up 1 day chart as you can see. So let's zoom in to see what's happening. So you can see significant volume which got pumped in a day before, and then it is moving significantly up. So now from a support and resistance perspective, we can very clearly see around 51 to 52.6 approximately. These wicks is where the rejection area is, and the immediate support is probably on these set of candles at around 49. So if it is holding very close to 49 tomorrow on opening, it is probably a great area for us to give an entry for long side. And if it holds that 49, then there is a very good chance that it can make a new high. So continue to watch Adani if you can get entry. If it is bullish and it starts moving up, you can take a momentum entry and you might be able to easily catch about 1 to 2 rupees move upside. And if it continues to break up, this might be making a new high. So you can very clearly see how Adani Power is moving in recent time. Very bullish stock, made a lower here. You can see the MACD crossover on the daily chart, and after that it's making a significant high. And over here it was holding 46 very significantly from quite many days, and now we suddenly see a good breakout which has happened on Adani Power, and there is a very good chance that this can go all the way up to around 52 to 53 range. Okay, and if it breaks and if it moves the way it has moved today, like between 47 to 53, you can expect 53 easily. Okay, if the same kind of volume and strength continues tomorrow as well, but we need to wait and watch. Our probability in terms of our entry very close to 49 is a good area for us to take an entry, and then we can just have a stop loss somewhere over here which is around 47. So see how close you can enter. Maybe 47, 49, or a little lower than 49 would be safer because your stop loss would be around 46, 47 levels. So you can keep the stop loss below the swing low, take an entry above the swing high, and then try to take advantage of the up move. But wait and watch, see whether it's holding around that 49 level, and if it makes a move, it's a good entry. All right, so let's move on to the next one. So the next one on my list is Hero MotoCorp. So Hero Moto again moved very strongly. It's a very nice stock, and all the auto stocks also moved. If you continue to watch Bajaj Auto, Escorts, many of these auto related stocks gave a significant move, but we can see this is a very nice breakout which has happened. Now the level is around 3008 for this in terms of support. So not really sure if it is going to come all the way down to test support at around 3008 or around 3000 approximately, right? Because this is a big stock and it can move, and we can see that it's right at the rejection level at around 379. If it breaks this rejection, if it continues to move, we can see 3140 150 level, and if it continues to move up the way it has moved today, we can see almost 3200 coming on the stock, right? Because this is a significant amount of volume increase which we are seeing, and this is a good breakout, and we have a very strong support over here. So if it makes any retrace tomorrow morning on opening on a shorter time frame, and then if it takes a support at a certain level and if it creates a pin bar or anything like that, you can look at taking entry. Or even if you're someone who's using a Fibonacci, you can draw a Fibonacci right over here, look at the retracement levels, and you can try to go long or short according to the level of support and resistance. Okay, these are some of the choices, but based on just pure price action, we can very clearly say around 3000 is the support level, which is evident at this point in time. Okay, and it's good 70 rupees above, so we'll have to literally see how it's going to open, whether it's going to be a gap up, gap down, how it's going to open, and what level it's going to take support. But if at all it's going to take support at around 3000, there is a very good probability of 3150 to 3200 on this particular stock. And you can see today alone, it has moved from 2900 all the way to 3076. Okay, it's a significant movement which has happened today. So we can expect a similar movement also tomorrow if it continues to move, because this is pretty bullish. The other stock which is there on my list, which is also something which I gave a call today while we were trading, was Dabur. Again, a brilliant stock, one of my favorites, and it fell down pretty much to the bottom, and it is making a significant recovery. I'm expecting it to move a lot more, given that this is a new breakout which has happened at around 410, 412 level, because this was the level which I was targeting a few days back and was doing an intraday trade, and exactly hit the rejection, came down. But the support at around 396, 393 level is pretty strong, and it's again made a new breakout. So either we can see some selling which can happen again, and it might come down to test this 411, 412 levels. If at all it comes around there, it's again a great buy opportunity, because your stop loss will be very minimalistic. So try to look at buying on a lower side. But if it's a gap up opening and if it continues to move, we can very clearly see around 425 is the next level of rejection, because today it is almost touched around 421. So if it continues to move, 430 to 425 and 430 definitely are two targets which are pretty much visible from a candlestick perspective. Okay, so there is a very good possibility, but look at buying on the lower side instead of just jumping onto the stock. So just keep a watch. If at all it's going to come close to 414 to 412, 410 range, within that 3 to 4 rupees range, you can always take a entry. All right, so let's move on to the next one quickly. And the next one which I have is on the list I have is Colgate Palmolive, which is known as Colpal on the list. Again, a very nice stock, something which moves significantly, very fluid moving stock. And we can see it has made a significant breakout right over here. So tomorrow, yeah, if it is going to hold this level to this level, right, around 1190 to 1170 approximately, right? So around that 20 rupees. So anywhere around here, if it is going to make a retrace to around 1190, or if it is going to make a retrace up to 1175, 1170 approximately, if it holds any of these levels, there is a very good probability that it might continue the up move, because the stock is pretty bullish and it's picked up good volumes. So if we continue to see up move on Colgate, given that it's broken out and it is closed above the breakout level, we can see the next level of rejection on Colgate is 1218. So at least a good 20 rupees movement is available. But if you are buying at the bottom, you might get as much as 30 to 40 rupees kind of a move. And if the stock continues to be bullish, it's a great stock. But anywhere below this level, you can also look at shorting, because it might come all the way to around 1160. So you can keep a watch. If it continues to move up, it's a great opportunity to trade. Okay, last one. I will just slip the fifth one, and I was just thinking we'll do four. But this is also something which did pretty well today, and it was rallying the entire day. Hindustan Unilever. It will be good for us to have a look at that stock as well, given the volumes, and the kind of candle and the kind of breakout this is given. You can see a nice flag pattern breakout, This is a very, very strong breakout, and you can see how the support resistance come into play. Exactly somewhere over here is the support, and exactly right there the candle created a wick, and next day it opened high above the close, and then it is completely shot up. So, testing of these zones always happens. So it broke out, it tested the zone. So now the next level of support is somewhere around 1718 range approximately to around 1705. So around 20 rupees range. Okay. Anywhere between 1715 to 1700, if you get that range to buy, it's a great buy, and the stock might start moving up. Okay, so keep in mind it's a 20 rupees range to 15 rupees range. So around 1720 to 1700 or 1715 to 1700 could be a probable 15 to 20 rupee range for the stock to take support. If it takes support at that level, and if the support is confirmed, and if it starts moving up, then we can expect some more movement all the way to 1753, or even till the top of 1790 it can move. It's a good probability, given that this is fresh big volume of buying which is coming. There is a very good probability it might move 30-40 rupees more. And you can see very clearly today itself it has moved from 1680 approximately to around 1750 approximately, which is about 80 rupees movement, which is very significant, guys, because it made a 4.11% kind of a move by closing. Okay, so it's a good move, so you can continue to watch. So we have looked at five stocks on the bullish side. So let's quickly review some of the stocks which are pretty bearish and weak. Jindal Steel was very weak. In fact, this is something I missed yesterday. This was actually a stock which was very good to short on a daily candle basis, because I had some of these levels marked on this long back, but somehow I kind of missed, and you can see that it is just holding this particular level. Okay, so the support right now is at around 159. It is just living on that support. This was a stock which had made a significant high, and now very clear rejection has happened, and after the rejection it has continued to fall. So right now, obviously, as what we see, 1759, 1759, what was the low this is created? Around 156. Okay, 156 is the low it is created. So if it is holding that 155, 156 level, there is a good chance it might retrace. But if at all it starts moving up tomorrow, you can actually look at shorting this at around 164. Okay, around 164 could be a good short probability. 164 to 167 is the range, and your stop loss would be just about 1 to 2 rupees right above there if you are able to get a short. Okay, so look for shorting on the higher side, so that if the rejection comes into play, you will be able to catch a good move, and it might come down to test, and you might be able to end up catching more than 3-4 rupees. And we can very clearly see it's pretty bearish. So if the market opens green, there is a good possibility that the stock might open up. But if it opens down and starts breaking these levels, you can jump in and short it directly. All right. So Jindal Steel is something which is very weak, and the other stock which I saw which was very weak today was DHFL. So again, very crazy stock. I know a lot of people would think twice before trading, but this is something which is bearish at this point in time. All right, so we will continue to watch it. So it is kind of living on the edge on a particular level where we can very clearly see it is not crossing the 246 for a pretty long period of time, and it is acting as a rejection, and that rejection is again kicked into play, and today it's fallen down pretty neatly all the way to around 221. So right now the support it is looking at is 219, and the next possible low it might create is around 201. So there is a good movement of about 18 to 19 rupees, which is a possibility. On the hindsight, where would I look at shorting? Around 226 to 228 on an up move is the best place for you to go short, unless it breaks and starts moving straight away. All right. Let's look at one more stock, which is the last one from a shorting standpoint, because that will almost give the count to around 8 stocks. I was thinking of making 6, so it's going to become 8. So this is the last one from a short side perspective. Again, this is a stock which is continuously falling, which is sale. I'm watching the stock fall almost from 70 plus. I did make a few intraday trades as well, and you can very clearly see it's broken out all the zones, right? So it's a pretty strong breakout. So let's quickly see if we can find anything on a weekly or a monthly basis in terms of its support. If it is holding any particular level at all, or if it is kind of making, so it opened high but it again came down, and okay, it's at a weekly support, guys. So we can very clearly see that the weekly support has come into play at around 57. But if it breaks that, 53 is a possibility. Okay, and upside, we can see that the resistance which might come into play is right over here. Around 59 60 rupees is a good entry for short if it opens at a similar level as it's closed today, and if it starts moving up, 59.60 could be a good probability for you to short with the stop loss right above the previous day open. Okay, just about 60 rupees 50 paise, so around 50 paise stop loss you can take a risk entering a short position at around 60. But keep a watch on your charts and make sure that you're seeing rejection at that particular price point before you take a short entry. If you find a rejection, then the trend might continue and there might be a fall which might push it down all the way to around 52 as well. Okay, which is very clearly evident. 55, 52 seems to be the next levels of support. Okay, till such time the stock might continue to move down. Okay, approximately 55 and approximately 52. Okay, plus or minus the change which might happen. So these are some of the 8 stocks from my watch list for tomorrow for you guys to take trades. I hope you will be able to make some decent profit. Stay green, have a great week ahead. Happy trading, guys. Bye.